Previously on the PalHARDS.
I love phasing. Play. I saw the face you made.
Weavers really isn't a problem.
The way we played, we've never felt an issue with the life total.
There's a lot of control. The combo players are pretty fearful, I think, in our meta because there's not enough of them where they can run in packs.
Yeah.
If there were 2 combo players at every table, it would be totally different because you wouldn't be singled out. But if you are like the one combo player, you're just going to get your face pushed in super hard because people respect how dangerous you are. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that reminds me of, have you guys heard of MTG Goldfish? I'm assuming you know, Stafford and all of them.
Yep.
And you probably know this too, they played PDH once. I don't know if you actually have seen that.
I saw the podcast.
It was years ago now, and they basically said it was like their worst experience ever. They hated it, and they said they wouldn't play it again. And their game, I think, was like 2.5 hours long or something. I'd have to go look, but I think it was because you know they have no experience with PDH, and they basically were like, what is good at common removal? Common removal is great. Counter spells are common. Murders are common. I'll play all these good common removal spells. And nobody did anything. And nothing happened because everybody just killed everything and nothing ever got done. And it's like, it's just hard because it's like, this is a good format, but you need a mentality that like fits the constraints to make an enjoyable experience because you can make a really boring, awful 3-hour-long game if you want, and you have all the tools to do it in the world. But like, that's why I like how we play, because we just like force it to. Just,
you force an ending point, right?
Everybody's got cards. Do whatever the fuck you want.
That playing with Power video that we recorded last year. Jesus, it's been so long ago.
Oh my god.
That was a 3-hour game. That was a 3-hour game, and 140 spells were cast.
Yeah. That sounds like fucking hell.
Well, it was pretty wild when it happened, and there were a lot of moments where people tanked pretty hard because there were some pretty complex interactions going on. I think I stormed off at an end step, and it was like Storm was 8, and there was like just
too many triggers to keep track of too.
And also, so many triggers.
You're playing a 2-hour game, dude. Like you're just gonna stop thinking right after a while.
Yeah,
well, you all might not know this too, but when it came to the editing of that, they actually, when they went to illustrate all the triggers, they didn't actually show all of them because they dumbed it down a lot, and they ended up missing some like points of damage along the way and stuff too because it was just like just so much. Yeah, it's like how many Witherbloom triggers are there, and then how many Tatiova triggers, and there's like Harrows on the stack with like just crazy, truly, yeah.
Like you guys, I want to jump into that again. You guys edited that like 3-hour game into what was that, like 30 minutes or something like that?
Oh, that was all them. They recorded us playing. The way that their style is they condense it down to gameplay actions, write a script, and then narrate the script over top of the gameplay, which gets them a real nice condensed.
Yeah,
video.
it's all there for them. Yeah, we stream. We can't do a fucking 3-hour game stream.
No,
it's not very interesting.
That is something I wanted to talk about. It's like I don't want to use it as an excuse or a reason for the way we play, because I think we play the way we want because we want to play this way.
This before we start streaming, so.
But yeah, sure. I mean, the way we play, I think, is conducive to good content.
Yeah.
Watch. You have close games, low life totals. Everybody's alive the whole time.
Yeah.
You have wacky things happening every few turns, and it also makes it hard to edit things down because there's something silly to keep in on everybody's turn almost. So it's like a little hard to cut things down, but like, yeah, I think it serves well in a multiplayer setting. And that's the thing, like playing combo in general, like streaming that, like for everybody to watch, like it's one thing to go to YouTube and watch somebody play like Magic Online and they're playing like a legacy combo deck. You see their hand, you're watching their like thought process. It's like solving a puzzle with somebody. Like that's fun. But if there's a combo player at a table, a physical table with their friends, and you're watching them, you don't see their hand. They're not going to say how close they are to winning. They're not going to say shit. So like, you don't really know what's going on until it happens, and then it's like 5 minutes and it's over.
Yeah,
so it's like,
there's only one person in the world that I know of. His name is Mons. His YouTube channel is called CDH TV. They actually, he's got a close group that he can control the variables of. Each one of them talks into their own camera, talks about their hand and all that stuff. They're the only ones that I know of that are trying to do that type of content where it's first person. So on their turn, they're talking about their hands, they're talking about their plays, they're talking about all of the things that they're doing, or whenever they have priority, rather. And it's extremely labor intensive to record all of that, get that footage together. And then, you know, and of course the customers, you know, the viewers, they don't care.
They just want it. Yeah.
So
they just want it. Yeah.
No, you guys, like, to your point about PAL's meta, like, the reason why I'm a champ for PAL's meta is because, and I even think I said this to Snip, I've actually said this to a few people, I think you guys are the, like, penultimate expression of Rule Zero for the format. So you guys aren't really, like, you do care about the rules and the technicality stuff and all that stuff.
We don't play Ristic and Mystic Remora anymore.
We do respect the ban list. We took those cards.
If you keep banning shit, we'll probably take it out.
Mm-hmm.
I have one deck with Mystic Remora, but it's a deck where every card in it costs 1 mana.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of needs it.
But whether or not you're exploring with common backgrounds in the command zone, or whether or not you guys are obviously the life total and stuff like that, adding any other modifiers to the game, such as plane chase or that sort of stuff, like,
ooh, that's fun.
You're the party pack.
No, it's not. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, you guys are the party pack for Pauper Commander. And if you're just looking to have a good time and socialize with the crew and all that stuff, like you are the people that I point to whenever anybody's interested in that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, not to say that you don't have technical prowess associated with your games, you know, rules, layering, all of that real technical stuff. You do, but it's laissez-faire is the wrong term, but it's more relaxed, and everybody, if everybody isn't laughing and enjoying themselves, then it's not a PAL's party, right?
Yeah, so, the whole game suffers. The whole table suffers.
Yeah. I think you're spot on. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, that's what we go for, is just, you know, whatever seems fun. It's really that simple. And yeah, we haven't done any common backgrounds yet. I don't know if we'll try that out, but we have a few like common commanders that we play, like Seta Disciple, just to give Teamer another option, really. And like, I have Clanbassadors built. It's pretty fun.
Common joke commander.
Yeah, that's a border and a common, so that's a double failure. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think we make for some.
We're all about like trying out as many different like game types. Like we do Plane Chase, Vanguard, the Explorers of Ixalan Island, Heroes of Theros equipment. We just try like everything we can get our hands on.
Yeah.
And now the Lockfin Special, where we do all of it at the same time, and it's a fucking train wreck.
At that point, the decks don't even matter. It's just like roll the point, buy pile. It's pretty funny. And
you guys are in that vein, because you're just trying so many things. You're going to find tech. You're going to find interactions and stuff that we just wouldn't know about. Like this is probably the biggest, you know, secret, non-secret. Like, you know, people in the TryHard server every like month or so mention Howling Golem, because we're trying to figure out. Like,
you better watch out.
There's something to this card, and maybe, just maybe,
you're gonna be dealing with some Howling Golems in a bit.
So, I mean, that's
maybe
the thing.
Quasar.
Yeah. So you guys,
I said it in the other Discord. Howling Golem with the fucking common background, Sign of Halister, is insane. So you gotta watch your ass on that one.
Oh my god!
It's each turn.
I
Yeah.
Turn, buddy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bonkers.
Proof positive, right here. Proof. You heard it here,
Yeah.
folks.
You're seeing the pieces come together.
So,
oh my.
When
The big brain moment.
Everyone's gonna have a Howling Golem in their deck, man.
You know, I realized that something that I didn't mention earlier that I should clear up the narrative on is that we have other changes in our format as well. That I forgot to mention is that we play with the common backgrounds in the command zone. We play with commons in the command zone in general. If you want to play a common in the command zone, we allow that, and we also allow for planeswalkers.
I was trying to prompt that, but you weren't picking up what I was putting out.
Oh yeah, I could. Well, no, I could see that you were trying to indicate something to me, and I was like, but what am I missing? But yeah, we are missing that part of it, and thus far, when I look at, actually, this would be kind of a fun thing to share with you all here. This is what I have submitted currently
you messed up my.
Did I mess up the thing?
Yeah, you messed up the thing.
Okay, should I get rid of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of it. Stop streaming that. Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
How do I just replace myself? How do I just replace my?
I don't know if you can cut your camera and then
I think you have to turn your camera off.
bring your screen.
You can try that one.
Is there a way to do? Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if that could like overlay? Anyways, well, I was going to show you the signups for the league that I'm about to host, and just to see some of the stuff that people are testing with. We have 1, 2, 3 people playing Kiora Behemoth Beckoner.
Kiora is crazy, yeah.
And we were talking about aggro decks. Kiora is that is like the timmiest deck there is, and it is scary. I don't know if you all
loyalty, man. She's fucking insane.
7. She's so thick. She's so thick. Yeah. And Kiora also just like low key. Everything about Kiora works well with everything you do in the deck. Like my build of it right now is like just a bunch of hexproof creatures, ward creatures.
Yep.
Like just big stuff. It's drawing you cards.
It's all like land enchantment stuff. So you get a bunch of mana, untap it. Or in the worst case, you just untap your big creature, so it's like pseudo vigilant.
Yeah. The untapping of the lands with the auras, if you have like Dawn's Reflection on it, something like you're just making huge amounts of mana to cast massive threats, right? And that's one of the ones.
Cards too. Kira's insane, man.
And then we've got 3 submissions of Saheeli, which is pretty obvious. Saheeli is probably the only
Monastery Mentor at uncommon, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Murmuring Mystic, but like more
cheaper and red.
And in better colors. Yeah. And also the thing that we're finding with Saheeli too is that people, because we allow for changes in between, rounds of our league, that a Saheeli player can have 2 different Saheeli decks. They can have a Saheeli deck that combos off with Banishing Knack or with Ghostly Flicker, and they can also just have a mid-range Saheeli deck that has no combos in it and just kills you with stuff like Trumpet Blast and Sky Shaper. Sky Shaper is the 2-mana artifact. You can sack it to give your creatures flying.
Yep.
Well, if you copy it, you turn one of your creatures into that, and you sack it. You can do it every turn. Or you can use like Rites of Initiation and like discard your hand to like kill the table.
I think Jeremy's version had the Sky Shaper thing. So good.
Oh, it's so strong.
Yeah, Planeswalkers are sweet. I almost kind of wish that they would just say, like in the official rules, like Planeswalkers are okay. But at the same time, I really, and not to go back to the life thing again, but one of the reasons one of the reasons I like 4021 also is because it's like you're literally playing Pauper EDH. It's so simple.
Oh, sure.
Okay, all your deck is commons. Your commander, take the legendary, replace it with uncommon. That's it. All the same otherwise. You don't have to explain, well, we do 3016 because the combo is kind of good, and it's like it's so simple. It's easy to explain to someone new to, because they probably heard a commander, and that's just another reason that I like that. No reason maybe they don't even need to really add rules. You can always rule 0 Planeswalkers if you really want to.
Yeah. I think that the data that I gathered, I had about 200 responses on my the poll that I put out there about this. And for all the failings of the poll when it came to the backgrounds with just like missing certain scenarios and things like that, or mine in particular, I had one scenario that was missed. It didn't end up mattering that much to the data because it was ranked choice, so people could choose their next best option as well. So it still gave us some interesting stuff there. The Planeswalker data was very conclusive. It was like almost 70% of people just want Planeswalkers to be legal in the command zone. And there's like no reason not to. Like they're very interesting, they're very cool, they're very powerful. There's a number of them that are like great for casual stuff, like Huatli is actually, there's two people that have submitted Huatli. Dude, Huatli is going to be the very first and best aggro deck in CPDH if they make that legal. You can hit for 15 on turn 3. Like
just to clarify, I have no official position on any of these stances. But
yeah.
So I'll say this, and I've heard good arguments relating to this one very specific point, right? Backgrounds as the legendary enchantments interacting with the command zone have opened the door to change everything.
Yeah. And that was kind of the reason I put that in my poll, is because if you're going to consider enchantment backgrounds as being legal in the command zone, well then wait a second, why aren't we looking at planeswalkers? And I know that for a lot of people that probably looked like, oh, like you're reaching for a lot there, but it's like, but wait, like this is a novel permanent type. I mean, even adventure cards are novel permanent type that goes in the command zone that can be cast as a non-creature spell. And so I think my guess would be that someday the planeswalkers will be legal in CPDH or in PDH in general. That would be my guess. And I would say that the public outcry around not being able to play basically the best backgrounds in the command zone has been enormous.
The best backgrounds are the common ones, man.
The best ones are the commons. Yeah, absolutely. Like Candlekeep Sage is friggin' insane. And there's decks that are like significantly worse for not being able to play those commons in the command zone. If you look at like Wilson Flaming Fists is a good example. You can't play it. Abdel Candlekeep Sage.
Right down to it. Wilson's just.
I don't know. Wilson's pretty sweet.
Wilson's amazing, and Wilson I think is almost maybe better with the Sword Coast Sailor, the unblockability. But it already has trample, so it's kind of. It just means that where you're not swinging at the lead player, you're still going to have evasion.
Okay, so let me talk to my peeps out there in their interwebs.
Yes.
So we have already experienced a couple of iterations of trying to like forcibly get the rules committee to change their mind, right?
Sure.
And right, wrong, or indifferent. Use the words, right? It didn't work out. Now, I would imagine, choosing my words carefully here, that circumstances that circumstances where outside groups such as Bellingham, Washington, or North Carolina, or what outside groups are experimenting with these types of cards interacting with the command zone, and through proof, of those iterations, showing their impact on the format as either impactful or not impactful, then I think that's probably going to be the best headway that anybody is going to have, that kind of stuff. I just heard this from a neighbor. I have no real opinion on it.
I mean, this is exactly why we're doing what we're doing, right? Is that we want to just get some data on it. Like, let's start testing these things out, because my main concern coming from a CPDH example is just that I don't want to introduce anything into the format that's going to break it. Right? Like, the fundamental power level is my main concern. And these are all powerful decks. They're good. They certainly warrant, like, attention. Like, Saheeli does very scary things. even like Ashiok just as like a mid-range deck that's got like a stacks piece for combo players. Like you just play a bunch of ninjas, you play a bunch of mid-range threats, kill spells, removal, and then you just have in your command zone like your combos don't work, or like that kind of a thing is perfectly reasonable. And so I think that just needs to be tested. People need to play it. People need to go out and do it. And I've been really pushing people to just play with those cards, rule zero it, and then because eventually the pressure is just going to be because the background thing hasn't gone away. Like we're way past the background.
People still keep talking about it.
They keep bringing it up, right? Like it keeps coming up. It's like this yeah. It's and it's going to continue.
Hemorrhoid. It's a hemorrhoid.
I was trying to think of some medical analogy, and that's exactly what it is. It's herpes.
This is what we got to do.
You have to keep on giving.
I'm gonna start building all the common backgrounds.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna scoop the second I cast it. It's like, oh no, my common background lost.
Well, it's irrelevant. It's like it didn't
Write that down.
Yeah, well, just allow. Who cares? You know, to be honest, when Wizard of the Coast made Brawl, and they said you can pick a legendary creature or planeswalker, at that point, I actually thought they were going to say, you know what, in EDH, you can just use planeswalkers now. I kind of thought they were going to go that direction because I've always hated the planeswalkers that say, this can be your commander. I think it looks stupid and clunky.
So dumb.
I don't know why they didn't just make them all legal. If there's really a bad one, ban it.
Ban it. Not a hard thing.
And like it's taken care of. They banned that Ikoria partner when it came.
Winota.
Yeah. Or a companion, whatever it was.
Oh.
The ferret, we're not ferret, it's like otter. Whatever.
Lutri.
Yeah, Lutri. So like if there's a really bad one, ban it. And I feel like as Pauper EDH, if EDH did it, I'd be like, we should do it. Because this is just the Pauper version of it. But they didn't do that. So
and ironically, the things that are legal in Commander are not legal in our format. Candlekeep Sage is not legal in our format, but it's legal in EDH. But for like reasons that are kind of mixed, it's like kind of muddy because it literally says on the partner on the background creatures, this can be your choose a background. This can be your commander. Like it's I don't know how else. And it is it is.
Feel how tired Clay is of hearing this shit every single day.
I know, right? We're preaching to the choir here, no doubt.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement.
It's definitely a weird corner case that they introduced to us, but
and it's not over. Like,
it's never going to be over too. Like a fucking year later, it's like, oh well, why can't I play this? What happened to this?
No. I meant with WotC and Hasbro designing cards and interacting with the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just wait until their next set when they print backgrounds because they're going to do it again.
It's going to be a land. It's going to be a land.
Well, wait until they give us artifacts. Wait until you have a commander that says choose a weapon. And it's like cranial plating or something, right?
I think he worked for WotC. We just got spoiled in the next set.
Hang on.
WotC played confirmed. But like think about it, right? Like there will be maybe even we have at some point there's like partner with a spell, and you have a spell that's like a spell book, or like choose a spell book.
Oathbreaker that hard.
Or choose a scroll. You know, maybe there's like a instant or sorcery subtype scroll. And it's like you get to play this scroll, and it's like and it's an instant that you can have in your command zone. Like when that happens again, I'll be interested to see what the rules committee does, because there's going to be repeated challenges to that concept that these things can't be in the command zone.
Well,
I mean, if it's enchantments next, it'll be weapons next. Like
those
that seems
those
like
assholes
intuitive.
on the RC are going to have their work for them. Work cut out.
Yeah.
Damn you, Alcadron.
Yeah. Wakes up in his sleep. What's going on?
Oh my god.
I mean, that'll be kind of wild, though. Imagine when we do. Okay, so let's just pretend for a moment in Christmas Land that we do get equipment in the command zone.
We've done it with Theros.
That's what the Heroes of Theros equipment is.
Right.
I don't know if you guys even remember. It was in the first Theros pre-release. The like thing you did was you like fought a Hydra and stuff, and there were these little equipment you could get from fighting the deck.
Yeah.
And they're like pretty neat equipment, and we've just like been experimenting, basically almost like a Vanguard type thing, where you get a random one of the equipments, and there's like one that's like equipped creature gets +2/+1 and haste or something.
Sure. Like Crystal Slipper.
Yeah, and like some of them are.
There's one with untap. There's a with a fucking double Verdi longbow.
Yeah, one of them is tapped to do 2 damage. That one's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
There's one that's like, yeah, you can pay 2 to untap the creature. There's one that gives Death Touch. There's like whatever. But we've been playing where we divvy them out randomly. You get it. It starts in play for free, and then when it dies, it goes to your command zone. Costs 2 mana, 4 mana, 6 mana to recast. And I don't know. I can't even say if it's because we're just fucking around. But you know, it's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you'll probably see some sort of like colored artifacts, right?
Yeah,
give you some color, and
I could
it'll be
picture
interesting.
Weapon, yeah, legendary weapon equipment or something.
And there will
have like some different name. I feel like they can't call it weapon equipment.
No, it'd be like a
relic.
Right, so I got
relic weapon. Yeah.
I got about as the old man verified of the group, I've got about 10 more minutes. We've actually been talking for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Old friends, right? Time passes by really quickly.
So easy conversation.
So what you viewers don't know, should you make it this far into the video, is like this is the first time we've all kind of puddled together and actually been interacting.
Really like cross. I mean, Ryan and I have played some PDH games together before.
I used to watch in on all your streams too. So
yeah, you used to be there all the time too.
So yeah, this is the first time we've like taken the opportunity.
We've never like sat down and talked like this before.
Right, and I imagine this is not the last. So,
well, I mean, I'm kind of feeling like after today, it all went so nicely that there's no reason we ought to be doing this like more regularly. This sort of a thing. It's cool to get the cross format. Cross pollination between the perspectives of the formats, like especially that conversation about life totals. What's that?
That's what he said earlier. We're on opposite sides, man.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Innovating on different corners of the format, in a sense, and I think that in particular that life total discussion with like aggro decks becoming more and more viable in CPDH and those sorts of things is like really is a great place to where there's intersection between them. Yeah, totally. For sure. Yeah. So
it's been a good chat.
So this is what I'm going to do is one of you guys is going to give me all of the pals info. So like Twitch channel, YouTube channel, Discord link, all of that stuff. And I'm going to include that in the description of this video. Basically, it's just I'm a fan driving traffic to other fans. Right?
Yes.
Or soon to be fans, right? So what I'm amazed at is that even though we have different outcomes of the game that we're looking for, we're all doing it like we all have a similar style in which we pretty much align on almost everything. I mean with the exception of Oubliette, right? Ryan?
Yeah. That's it.
something oubliette.
But like everything else, regardless of whether we're playing more casually or more competitively, notice that archetypes that we're like fangirling over, like cards. I mean, sure, there's different tech, but we're also aiming for different objectives. So that tech is going to be geared towards those types of things. Another difference that comes to mind is like where we talked about, we're discovering there's archetype staples, associated with CPDH. There's probably a wide variety of PAL staples because they contribute to the game state that they're looking for. So
there's one.
So that's probably a major difference. But see that lends itself to only exemplifying the thing that you're like trying to do. So big fun, big plays, big silly, like sharpening and honing the razor, right? So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna have to make a trip. I'm gonna have to come out there and
oh yeah, 100%. If you come visit, we'll play some PDH.
Oh
man.
Just for you, buddy.
Yeah, Alex been here. He opened the door.
And where are y'all located at again?
North Carolina.
Yeah, something,
North Carolina?
North Carolina. Yeah.
Well, I just got an invite to come out and visit a friend of mine who works at Wizards of the Coast. A guy named Chris.
I told you worked for them.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm starting to see more and more like a plant, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a great guy, and he said, hey, you come out here anytime, and so that would be a fun thing to mix it. Come out and we'll do some. Y'all can show me the way. Y'all can show me the way.
We'll show you the way, all right.
Oh yeah.
Take this
As long as I can play Mayhem Devil.
Yeah. We'll bring you real quick. I think it's once you walk into the studio, you're just a different person. It's like magic.
Yeah. You can ask
good.
Fred who just visited us. He just immediately turned brain dead when he started watching our play.
That's great. Good stuff.
Yeah, Ryan, we're gonna have to
fabulous.
coordinate. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we'll come and raid your fort.
Yeah,
that PalsCon. PalsCon, get everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna call it PalsCon. We'll get Alk too. We'll get everybody down there. We'll do it all at once. We'll have a big party. It'll be great.
24-hour stream.
Yeah.
I am. I've got that resilient gamer genes in me. I can do 24-hour stream, no doubt.
I can do it too, but I'm telling you right now, it gets ugly at hour 18, man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
hour 18, you start feeling some kind of way.
I hear you.
The struggle comes, if I'm like sitting at my computer playing a game for 24 hours, I could probably do it. If I'm like talking loudly, trying to be exciting, trying to like talk to the viewers, I'm tired in like 4 hours, and it's just like a long 20. It's rough, but it's so fun.
Yeah. I remember I did a 24-hour like design contest for an entrepreneurship program, and it was with something that wasn't like a game. So and it was such a grind. Just like don't even sleep, and you're just like brain
take
dead.
A week off after that just to recuperate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to get it all together, make it happen.
Awesome. I think I'll put a pin in it just there. All right, tryhards, pals. This is infinitely awesome. This is going to happen again. Maybe we can actually do it on stream, pal style. Do it that way.
Have you guys call in? I mean, whenever we have like a lacking of pals, Eric and I joke that we're just going to do like 2-Man Tuesday podcast.
Yeah.
With just the two of us. So maybe we could, y'all could pop in. We could just have a little podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm down for that. It's Thursdays and
So Tuesdays and Thursdays at twitch.tv/pdhpals, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all, everybody out there, come tune in.
Rock and roll.
Pals Meta.
All right, I'm gonna hit the stop button. Everybody wave goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Until the next time.